The Kingdom of Bavaria was a German state that succeeded the former Electorate of Bavaria in 1806 and continued to exist until 1918. In 1806, as part of his whole-scale reordering of the map of Europe, Emperor Napoleon I of the French upgraded the independent German Duchy of Bavaria to full kingdom status. The former Duke of Bavaria and later King of Bavaria, Maximilian I, commemorated the fact by commissioning a set of crown jewels for use by Bavarian monarchs. In 1825, Ludwig I ascended the throne of Bavaria. Under Ludwig, the arts flourished in Bavaria, and Ludwig personally ordered and financially assisted the creation of many neoclassical buildings and architecture across Bavaria, along with numerous jewels for his Queen Therese. What type of jewels did she wear? But before we continue, hit the subscribe button to help us become better and continue to create videos. Like this video and write down comments. Now let's jump to the 1810 year. Bavarian ruby and Spinel Parure. The ruby Parure, which is the most famous and incredibly large piece of Bavarian jewelry, actually has a unique connection to Oktoberfest. How or why? We're about to reveal it. The annual Oktoberfest celebration, which is being celebrated all throughout Germany, has its roots in a lavish 19th century royal wedding. On October 12, 1810, Therese of Saxe-Hildburghausen, a young German bride, wed Prince Ludwig of the Bavarian crown. A wedding gift that was deemed impressive enough for a fledgling country was given to Therese. She was presented with a stunning four-piece gold parure set with diamonds, rubies, and spinels. The necklace, earrings, and cuff-style bracelets may be overshadowed only by the massive high-standing tiara, which is heavily adorned with diamonds and a floral motif, with two much larger central spinels and scattered rubies. When Ludwig's father died in 1825, the royal couple became King Ludwig and Queen Therese of Bavaria. Therese chose not to wear her heavy ruby parure for the occasion, despite the fact that she was by no means jewelry shy. She wore the gold and pearl queen's crown and a white diamond tiara simultaneously for her coronation, which was unusual, even for a queen. However, what happened with the grand set? Princess Antonia, a wife of Crown Prince Ruprecht, was last spotted wearing the ruby tiara, which was passed down through generations. In Munich, the historic capital and home of the Bavarian dukes and monarchs, the complete parure is currently on display at the Residence Museum. Bavarian Lover's Knot Tiara. Commissioned from the Bavarian court jeweler Caspar Rielander by King Ludwig I of Bavaria. For his wife, Queen Therese, the tiara features 16 pearls and diamond arches, hanging from lover's knot bows, mirrored by 16 pear-shaped pearls on top, which were accompanied by pearl chandelier earrings and a large pearl necklace. Queen Therese wore her lover's knot tiara for a plethora of portraits in the 1820s and 1830s, with varying degrees of artistic license taken on its representation, along with a variety of pearl jewels, though she wore the earrings of the parure in other portraits. The story goes that Queen Therese gave the tiara to her daughter-in-law, Duchess Amalia of Oldenburg, who became the queen consort from 1836 to 1862, on marrying Queen Therese's second son, Otto I. Since the couple didn't have any children, they were exiled to Bavaria in 1862, and the jewels were inherited by the queens of Bavaria. Did you notice a close resemblance between this tiara and Cambridge Lover's Knot tiara? Now the tiara, along with pearl chandelier earrings and a large pearl necklace, is displayed at the treasury of the Residence Palace in Munich, where people have a chance to look back at the Bavarian historical pieces. Royal Crown of Bavaria. Set with rubies, diamonds, emeralds, sapphires, and pearls, including the renowned Wittelsbach diamond, the Royal Crown of Bavaria was created by BNI, the most well-known French goldsmith of the time. Der Blaue Wittelsbacher, another name for the Wittelsbach diamond, was a fancy, deep, grayish-blue 35.56 carat diamond that was completely clear. The jewel remained atop the Bavarian crown until 1918. In 1921, it was last seen in public at the funeral of Ludwig III of Bavaria. Naturally, as many of us are aware, Lawrence Graf later purchased the blue stone, recut it further in 2010, set it into a ring, and apparently sold it to Sheikh Khalifa of Qatar. Huge pearls, diamonds, emeralds, and rubies may be found in the Queen's crown, which was part of a regalia created for Caroline of Baden, the Queen of the time. It's noteworthy to point out that she wasn't depicted wearing the Bavarian crown, because at that time, all of the regalia were only worn as symbols rather than as decorations. But in her well-known portrait, she is shown sporting a necklace and tiara that are most likely composed of cabochon sapphires. Ears of wheat tiara. Remarkably, one more tiara is now associated with Therese of Bavaria. Designed as a wreath composed of 14 detachable ears of wheat, each set throughout with old cushion-shaped diamonds, the tiara is believed to be a wedding present from King Maximilian I Joseph. It is believed the tiara was designed by Nito, who established a shop on Place Vendôme, making its successor Chaumet the oldest jeweler house with a continuous historic presence on the famous Parisian square. By that time, the Bavarian king was an often guest at the jewelry house and probably got the tiara for his future daughter-in-law. Furthermore, Queen Therese also owned a large diamond tiara of foliate design created by Nito, which is recorded on her coronation portrait by Joseph Karl Stieler, circa 1826. Unfortunately, the further fate of the tiara remains unknown. The crown of Princess Blanche. The House of Wittelsbach has owned Princess Blanche's crown, commonly referred to as the Bohemian crown or the Palatine crown, since 1402. Was it made in Bavaria, though? In England, a list of gems and plates from 1399 mentions this crown. It probably belonged to King Richard II's wife, Anne of Bohemia, who was overthrown by Henry IV in that same year. The crown was presented to the Palatine treasury at Heidelberg as part of the dowry for Princess Blanche, Henry's daughter, who married the Palatine elector Ludwig III in 1402. The 12 sapphires that round the band of this lavishly adorned gold crown are surrounded by alternating red and blue enamel, with a single ruby and a cluster of pearls meeting at the corners. The stones are equal in diameter and height. A lengthy stem develops from the center of each, culminating in a fleur-de-lis design that is capped with 3 tiny pearls and embellished with sapphires, rubies, and emeralds. It was transferred to the Munich treasury in 1782, together with other jewels from the Wittelsbach dynasty's Palatine branch. The crown of Princess Blanche is, as you would have guessed, one of the oldest English crowns still in existence that don't belong to the English crown. But now we want to show you the remarkable piece that has a long journey from the Bavarian princess to the Sweden queen. Leuchtenberg Sapphire Tiara. The Leuchtenberg Sapphire Tiara, one of the most prominent pieces in the Swedish royal family's collection, is part of a parure that includes a necklace, earrings, and brooches, all set with deep blue sapphires surrounded by diamonds. The parure's first owner was Princess Augusta of Bavaria, the wife to the only son of Empress Josephine of France. Augusta received the sapphires as a wedding present in 1806, and many think it was designed by Nito, Napoleon's court jeweler. Augusta's father, King Maximilian I of Bavaria, later bestowed the Leuchtenberg ducal title on his son-in-law, hence comes the name of the tiara. The tiara features diamond floral motifs topped by 11 sapphires. The base is so flexible that the tiara lays completely flat when stored, making it easy to transport. The sapphires on the tiara may be removed, and some believe they can be interchanged by pearls. However, we haven't seen this version of the tiara, at least for now. But how did the parure come to the Swedish royal vaults? The Leuchtenbergs had many children, and the oldest, Josephine, got married to King Oscar of Sweden, inheriting the sapphire set. The tiara has been worn by Swedish queens for generations and now remains a favorite of Queen Sylvia, who finds it particularly comfortable and easy to wear due to its flexible design. This tiara is often reserved for the most significant royal events, including Nobel Prize ceremonies and state visits. The journey of Bavarian crowns and tiaras is one that is filled with glamour, luxury, and history. These exquisite pieces of jewelry have a unique place in the world of royal fashion and are admired by all who appreciate fine craftsmanship and beauty. Did you like today's video? Let us know which tiara looks gorgeous for you. Did you know the story of Leuchtenberg sapphires before watching this video? Write down all your comments and welcome to subscribe to our channel to help us become better. Thank you for watching.